Hi, my name is JOATA, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed musician, JOATA. For more on JOATA, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible JOATA.
When I was young, my mother used to say, José, cuidado por ahí. Now I'm here to say, you were right, but I had to stray away from the lights. Oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh, I couldn't take the lights any longer. They stood against what I hungered. I needed to get away. I promise you, it wasn't you. Oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh, I was born in the city, raised in the city, oh.
Well, hello, JOATA, how are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, and I'm so
awesome.
excited that the audience just got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent. JOATA, where were you born, and when did you realize that you had such a great gift for music?
I always say I was made in Puerto Rico, in Caguas, Puerto Rico, but I was born in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Worcester,
Worcester.
Worcester. I went to Boston College, so although I'm born and bred in New York, Boston is very near and dear to my heart.
I spent some time in Hartford and in New Haven, Connecticut as well.
Beautiful. And where are you coming from today?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York right now.
I love it. A little Brooklyn in my apartment as well, with the Brooklyn Bridge behind me. But listen, JOATA, I don't want to make this interview about me, even though I would love to. JOATA, I'm curious to know that, obviously this was a tough time for all humans, let alone artists. How have you been able to, as an artist, move through this time?
Honestly, when the pandemic first started, I was doing like those live stream shows. And it was weird because more of the technology of it, I'm really bad with like music technology or just video technology. And getting it was very stressful trying to figure out OBS, which is like, the video, like a video, like live streaming program, and trying to put on a performance when no crowd was in front of you. And basically trying to, I love playing shows, and that's where I can connect with the people that listen to my music. And with that being taken away, it was a little bit tough to try to find that connection. I make music because I like making a connection with people. And that was kind of taken away. And like in real life, kind of like, I couldn't like ask you to put your hands up, and I can't see you if you're actually putting your hands up. I can't see you really, So it was tough, but I'm happy that we're almost on the other side.
Absolutely. Well, JOATA, you mentioned something that all the artists, whether they are from Singapore, Japan, China, Worcester, they all are missing connection. And I want to know, or have you, I was about to ask, I want to know what that feeling is going to be like, you think, when you get to perform live again, but have you gotten to perform live?
I performed about 3 weeks ago.
Where was it?
It was Easy Lover here in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Literally down the street from me.
How was that for you?
It was awesome and really weird. It's weird seeing people with masks, like not like weird in a bad way, just different, and it was very, very nice to be able to see a crowd in front of me and surreal. It was like the best way I could describe it. It was surreal. It was like, oh, this is happening again. And it kind of brought me back to like, this used to be normal. Now it's like weird normal. It's like, so it's, but it felt amazing.
Well, I can understand those mixed emotions because look at, you get to have a conversation with a living, breathing audience, but so much of the performer, as a performer for many years myself, it's that connection not only with living, breathing people, but seeing their countenance. And you're now missing that. So it's kind of like, I'm sure, a double-edged sword. It's like, excuse my French, but it's almost like as a performer, you're being blue-balled a little bit. It's like, oh my God, great to see you, but oh my God, I can't see your reaction, but I love your eyes.
It's true. It's like, are you smiling? Are you frowning? I have no idea,
And then you get the applause at the end, you're like,
yeah, then I was like, sweet, and it was cool. I mean, I'm performing again in a few weeks and I'm looking forward to it, but I think it was like 530 days between the performances. I remember my last performance was March 12th of 2020. And then I didn't perform again until it was like August 7th, 2021. So
it's crazy. Doesn't it seem like decades, yet also yesterday?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I still do this, but this is like.
I want to let our audience know before we continue that for more on you, people can read more about you right below this video, and obviously with the links, see where you're going to be performing next. So in thinking about also what you do as a musician, is there a part of you that feels now more than ever the beautiful thing music is as a universal language?
Definitely. I mean, it was cool to see how much, not cool, but it was interesting to see how much people missed music once it got taken away, I feel like even myself included, now when I go to shows, I have like an extra I'm on my phone way less than actually being present in the moment, because since it was taken away from me and made me, it kind of made me miss. I almost took it for granted before. It's like, oh, there's another show this week. Now I'm like, where are all the shows? I want to go to all the shows,
Interesting you mentioned that, JOATA, because there is something about this whole deep sense of gratitude that we are now feeling, not only as humans, but as artists, that yes, because, especially when you're going gig to gig to gig, it's kind of like you're on this train, this locomotion that, you just keep going, you do your stop at one station, okay, next. But now it's like, oh my God, forget the destination. Let's enjoy the journey now more than ever, because those stations are going to be taken away maybe again, so I definitely feel you on the deep sense of gratitude that, you must be feeling now more than ever.
Definitely. Every show, not that every show could be your last, but I feel like it's more like YOLO moments. I'm like, hey, this might be, I never know, what can happen kind of vibes.
So JOATA, I know that you have some new music coming out in a few weeks, correct?
Yep, October 1st.
What can people expect, and like when can people expect?
Midnight October 1st on all streaming platforms. It's definitely different than my stuff that is out right now. It's more personal with not being able to play shows. I'm sure everybody had this. I had a lot of time of like self-reflection and alone time in quarantine, So in a sense, it gave me, this new song is more raw. So probably the first song that has a swear word in it. And it's different. It's my favorite song because it's new and it's putting myself out of the box, and like I'm scared to release it because it's so different, but that fear, I like being scared. Like I like horror movies and stuff like that. It makes me feel like I'm alive.
Wait,
so
time out. Now we're talking. What's your favorite horror film?
It's a horror film that people don't think is a horror film, but it's my favorite movie in general. 2001: Space Odyssey.
Really? Wow. See, I think that's a psychological thriller to me.
That my stepdad, when I was a kid, I would just watch horror movies with my stepdad.
Really?
So I remember, I think I was like 7 when I watched The Exorcist. That one really got me.
Oh, well, that's a trauma. That's a full-on trauma.
But he was always into slashers, so I've always been big on, Halloween and.
Listen, JOATA, one last question for you. By the way, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
If you had to give advice to young JOATA, what would it be?
Keep going. I don't know. I'm trying to think. That's a good question.
You didn't think you'd get the Barbara Walters questions today?
No, no. I'm thinking of. I would just say that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. There's no rush. I feel like when I was younger, I was a little, you know, it's like this, and this. Like just take your time. It's not music in a weird. I know, like pop music. You know, you're supposed to look a certain way, and youth is like, you know, when people want to see something good. I don't know how to explain that, but there's no rush. Like just make the music and be honest. You know, the more honest you are with your music, I feel like the more it connects with people, because a lot of us, and the human experience, a lot of us are experiencing the same thing. So it's nice to find someone or something that can relate to you. Everybody's looking for like some sort of relationship, you know, or
Well,
something to
this is
connect.
what I love about what you do. I love the fact that yet you are unapologetic, that you have obviously done the work on yourself as both a human and an artist to lean into the vulnerable, to lean into the fear, and to release it. Because by you showing us, not telling us, but by you showing us that release, you're allowing others and giving them permission to do the same. And that relatability factor with you is incredible. And I'm so grateful for your time. And my dogs are also grateful.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was great. It was great talking.